How is it the end of October already? Where did the month go? Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. It's almost the end of October, therefore this is my last full-length upload during Inktober. I'm going to do today's prompt, the 29th is patch, and we're going to talk about the other 28 pieces I've done so far this month. There will be 2 more Inktober videos on this channel over the weekend. They will be shorts doing the 30th Slither and the 31st Risk, so do go look for those if you want to see them. I do have a playlist specifically for my shorts from this year's Inktober. I also have a master playlist for all of my Inktober stuff. I will try to remember to link both in the description box. The first video you see next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday, is probably going to be a book video with my face actually on the camera again, because I haven't done one in almost a month. I've been too busy with Inktober, and also a friend in the booktube community did tag me in a tag video this week, so I have to respond. So today is patch, and when I was a little girl, I was obsessed with 101 Dalmatians. I had several official merch stuffed animals of all of the puppies, but specifically Patches. And I used to pretend I was a dog, and I was a Dalmatian named Patches. And now that I have a daughter, she's obsessed with dogs and 101 Dalmatians, and sometimes she tells me that she's a Dalmatian named George. I'm thinking that's a crossover with Peppa Pig, especially since she says George. I was looking back at screenshots and official cartoon images and stuff for 101 Dalmatians to prepare for today's piece, and I noticed that in the original full-length film, they were very inconsistent with Patch's markings. Sometimes the black ear was the same side as his eye patch, sometimes it was opposite, and sometimes he had 2 black ears. He basically looked like Pongo but with an eye patch. All of my official merch stuffed animals when I was a kid had it the way I'm going to color it today, with the patch and the ear both colored on the dog's right, our left. It seems that in newer cartoons that Disney has made, sequels to the film, spin-off series, they have standardized him to have the black ear on the left, opposite from the eye patch, but I'm going for nostalgia here. I'm going with what my toys looked like back in the early 90s. I'm going with what the character looked like most often on screen in the original film. I was also referencing a pose from one of the wiki fandoms. I'm hoping it's official Disney art and I'm not stealing somebody else's, but I tried to do it in the more angular style of the original film artwork. So let's talk about what I did for Inktober so far. On the first, the prompt was crystal, and I drew the pendant on a necklace I have that's called Spare Time because it has crystals in it. If you didn't see that video, that was one of my full-length Inktober videos this month. Basically, it's a little jar with a whole bunch of watch parts in it. It's got cogs and keys and whatnot, and it has some crystals because classic watches have timing crystals, and it's called Spare Time because I like those kind of puns. Day 2 was Suit. That was my first short for this Inktober, and I did a Crazy 8s card. It's an 8 card with all 4 suits on it. Day 3 was Vessel. That's another short. I did some fan art of Timber from the Diddy Kong Racing N64 video game, and he is in his hovercraft, so that is the Vessel. Day 4 was Knot. I did a short. I did a simple little Celtic knot design. Day 5 was Raven. That was an Art Snacks video for me. I did the September Art Snacks box, and of course I drew a raven. Day 6 was Spirit. We were back to shorts, and I did fan art of the cartoon character Spirit from the DreamWorks movie and spin-off franchises. Day 7 was Fan. That's another short. I did a Japanese/Chinese style paper fan. Day 8 was Watch. I used that prompt to do the October Colors of the Month challenge, and I painted a Weimar pointer dog. It is pointing and watching a target of some sort. Day 9 was Pressure. That's another short that didn't take off, only has 33 views. Go watch it. I drew a diamond. Diamonds form under pressure. Day 10 was Pick. I did my version of a artistically staged photo I saw on Pixabay of several guitar picks placed on a guitar. Day 11 was Sour. That's another short. I drew a loaf of sourdough. Day 12 was Stuck. I did a short drawing the process of weaving a Chinese finger trap. For day 13, the prompt was Roof. I did a No Box Art Box challenge version of the September Smart Art Box. So I incorporated Roof with the 4 September prompts for Smart Art Box, and I came up with a cute little storybook style illustration of a tiny little owl next to an apple and a giant leaf, and he has a giant acorn house with an acorn roof. For day 14, the prompt was Tick, and I drew the Tick, as in the comic book and 70s, 80s cartoon series that was still airing when I was a kid in the 90s. Day 15, the prompt was Helmet, and that was our Art Addicts Lines upload date for October. The prompt choices for Art Addicts Lines were Spooky or Mini. I chose Mini, so I did a miniature Lego figure Darth Vader in his helmet, and he's riding a tiny little Lego bike. Day 16 was Compass, we're back to shorts, and I did a Compass Rose. Day 17 was Collide. That one took a while to take off, but it has over 1,000 views now, a short of me drawing a billiards or pool table, because of course when you play pool, billiards, whichever you call it, the balls collide. Day 18, another short that hasn't taken off yet. The prompt was Moon, and I drew Luna and Artemis from Sailor Moon. Day 19 was Loop. That was my October Art Snacks video. I decided to draw the Converse style sneaker from the music video for 1 Foot by Fun, because that was the song that I had playing on loop and stuck in my head that day. Day 20 was Sprout, and I found out that in the more modern My Little Pony cartoons, there is a character named Sprout, so I decided to draw him, but I don't like the modern art style, so I drew him as a classic 80s My Little Pony toy. Day 21 was Fuzzy, and what better character to draw for Fuzzy? I drew Gizmo from Gremlins. Don't get him wet, don't feed him after midnight. Day 22 was Open. I decided to get really creative. I let my cats choose which inks I was going to paint with, and I drew a seagull who is either yawning or screaming, but either way his beak is wide open and his tongue is hanging out. Day 23 was Leek. It is spelled leek as in to spring a leak. I decided to cross that out and write it leek as in the vegetable so that I could do some Pokemon fan art and draw Farfetch'd. Day 24 was Extinct, and I decided to tell the story of the Newfoundland wolf. They kind of pulled an Uno reverse card on that extinct status. What happened with the Newfoundland wolf is for over a century they have been thought to be extinct. They hadn't been spotted on the island at all. They were a distinct species from any of the other species of wolf in Atlantic Canada. We are an island, so it's kind of hard for the different species to mix. In the last decade, maybe 2 decades, there have been abnormally large coyote carcasses tested by the Wildlife and Forestry Ministry, and it's been determined that they are genetically wolf hybrids. So either there is still a wolf population on the island that are currently interbreeding with the coyotes, or the species merged with the local coyotes 100 years ago when they are thought to have gone extinct. Day 25 was Splat. I took several colors of my India inks in an eyedropper. I let it splat on the page, I let it dry, and then I pulled out a white gel pen and did some abstract designs on it. Day 26 was Connect. I drew a small wall of Lego bricks connected together, and for some reason you guys really liked that short. That one really took off. Day 27 was Spark. I decided to go No Box Art Box Challenge that day. I did the current month, October 21, of Scrawler Box, which features Copic markers. The challenge prompt for Scrawler Box this month was Out of the Lamp, and the Inktober challenge for that day was Spark. So I drew the genie from Aladdin. Of course, he comes out of his lamp, and in this particular picture, he's making some fireworks go off, so there's the spark. Yesterday, Inktober day 28, the prompt was crispy, so I did one of my favorite unique Canadian regional chocolate bars, candy bars, the Coffee Crisp. One of the slogans for them is just, it makes a nice light snack, which is kind of like, hey, it's okay. It's better than nothing. But the better slogan that I really like is your life better suited to coffee or Coffee Crisp? This is presented with commercials or posters that will have people trying to contain liquid coffee in ridiculous things like the drawer of their desk or in their purse, and it's sloshing all over. It obviously doesn't work, and they're saying, you know, in these cases, maybe you should eat a Coffee Crisp bar. And that brings us to today, day 29 Patch. I have drawn the character Patches from 101 Dalmatians. Over the weekend, I will be doing shorts for Slither and Risk. Feel free to predict what I'm going to do down in the comments below. If you did did Inktober, whether it be the official list or any alternative list. Tell me what you did, tell me how you found it. Was this your first year doing it? Did you do it last year? How many years have you been doing it? Let's talk about Inktober. I have so much fun with this challenge every year. I skipped out on it last year because of the Jake Parker art book controversy. Frankly, I was busy. But I was back into it this year, and I will definitely do it again next year. I missed doing this challenge. It's been a lot of fun. Some other things kind of fall by the wayside when I'm so busy with Inktober, but that's okay. One thing I've discovered for my channel is that shorts actually do really well for keeping traffic on my channel and attracting a few new subscribers. So going forward, I'm not going to do daily shorts between my regular uploads like all the time. I'll do those 2 more daily shorts for the rest of Inktober, but going forward I am going to make an effort to release shorts a couple of times in between the regular uploads so that there is a little more on the channel and they are short form content that seems to attract a different type of audience. So look for those. If you like my shorts and you don't normally watch shorts content on YouTube, do remember that YouTube treats long form content and short form content audiences as separate. So if you want to be notified or suggested my shorts videos, you do actually have to watch them, and you're gonna have to go looking for them until YouTube figures out that you want to be in my shorts audience as well. If you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!